So you need to buy flooring and you're asking yourself, what do I buy? What's the difference between laminate and luxury vinyl tile? What's the difference between laminate and engineered? What's the difference between engineered and hardwood? What's the difference between ceramic and porcelain? If you have all of these questions and it's making your head spin, this is the episode for you, because I have partnered with Floor & Decor to bring you some answers. Welcome to Design to the Nines. I'm Natalee Callahan, and if this is the first time we're meeting, welcome to my channel. Today I am giving you 5 easy tips to help you in your flooring purchase decision. So let's get right into that first tip. So the first thing that I am going to suggest is finding inspiration. I recommend this tip with a lot of my design tip videos just because you really have to have some kind of sense of what you like. One of the first places I always like to consult is Pinterest, just for obvious reasons. There's a ton of inspiration that can be found there. If you pin rooms over time and you create folders, you will start to see that there is a common theme. You'll see that you like dark colored floorings or you like light colored floorings, and at least then you can have a direction. Now, Floor & Decor is also helping you out in the inspiration area because they have a design catalog. Look at this. It's just for inspiration. It talks about flooring trends that are going on. It talks about colors and palettes. They have this really cool section here where it talks about one room, 3 different looks, so you can actually see the same room decorated in 3 different styles, and you'll really kind of get a sense of what your style is. And so that's a really helpful resource, and it's got designers talking about different things that they like to do, so lots of expert advice. It just gives you a lot of different options and ideas, and I don't know about you, but I love a good catalog to get inspiration and ideas. It's always a good place to start, is you just do a ton of research, get a feel for what it is that you are looking for and what you want. So I'm going to put a link for where you can get this free catalog in the description box below. I'm also going to tell you about a few other helps that Floor & Decor offers as far as helping you in the selection process, because they have made it so easy. They really have. All right, next up, we are going to do a little bit more research and gathering information. So I'm going to call this research and gather information. Some of the questions you need to answer is, what kind of climate are you living in? Is it really humid? Is it dry? Is it really wet? Is it cold where you're living? Is it hot where you're living? Because that can all play into what type of flooring you should select. For example, I live in hot, humid Florida. So as much as I love a good hardwood floor, that might not be the best option for my climate because there's a lot of humidity. We have a pool outside that brings in a lot of water, and it's warm. So because I like wood floors, I may want to consider a wood look tile. If you live in a place that's dry and cold, like where I used to live in Utah, hardwood floors is a good option because it can actually retain some heat and some warmth. And then you need to think about what room it's going in. Is it a bathroom? Is it a mudroom? Is it a living room? So there are a lot of choices, but if you narrow down what your project is, that will really help you kind of focus your attention on what you can and can't do in a room. And so that's all good information to gather as well. Another bit of information that you need to gather is what type of home you're in, what kind of neighborhood, what's appropriate budget-wise for the neighborhood you're in. If you're in a townhouse, going out and buying very expensive Italian marble might not make sense for that because it won't be a good investment. Maybe you live in a high-end neighborhood and that Italian expensive marble does make sense, and if you don't do something like that, it will lessen the value of your home. So know your neighborhood. If you're a starter home versus a high-end home, that will also kind of determine the direction and budget for your flooring projects. And if you're not quite sure what to do with all of this information that you've gathered, I'm going to tell you about some solutions in a little bit. I'm going to hit some pros and cons and just some highlights of the most popular type of hard flooring choices so that you can kind of be armed with a little bit of extra information that you need to kind of make a final decision to move forward. I'm going to start out with real hardwood floors. Now, hardwood flooring is just that. It's solid hardwood floor all the way through. Now, you can get a pre-finished hardwood floor, which means it's been factory finished and it doesn't need to be finished at your home, or you can also use unfinished and have it finished in your home. Real hardwood floors, they are an investment, but they will last you a lifetime because you can sand them down, refinish them. That's quite a process. I've done it before. Hardwood floors are classy, timeless. They're good for dry climates. Humidity will affect wood floors. Water will damage them. So if you buy hardwood flooring, you're going to definitely want to take it home, let it air out for several days with the boxes open so it can acclimate to the climate, and it will make your installation a whole lot better. So in terms of cost, there's a huge variety depending on the grade of wood flooring that you go with. It can range you anywhere from between $4 and $8 a square foot, and then if you're going to have it professionally installed, it will add on another $3 to $8 a square foot. So it is definitely a beautiful look, but it will cost you a little bit more money. All right, so engineered wood flooring, it's typically a real wood flooring on top, but it's much thinner and it's not a solid piece like you would get in the hardwood floorings. And then you've got like some veneers and a bunch of other layers, and it's kind of pressed together under pressure and heat to kind of become one piece, but it is multiple layers, and the top portion is the only portion that is real wood. And so you kind of get the look of real wood flooring, but you don't get the lifespan of the real hardwood floors. Engineered floors would be a good option for me here in Florida because it is a little bit more resistant to moisture than the hardwood counterpart. It won't last you a lifetime, but it will last you a while. I think you can sand it like 1 or 2 times. It's going to depend on whether or not you have like a hand scraped look or not. I think that would be really hard to sand down and refinish. You can sand an engineered floor that's kind of like maybe a flat, smooth finish and not the hand scraped look. It's just slightly cheaper than the traditional counterpart, running between $3.50 and $7 a square foot, and it will have a similar installation fee, $3 to $8 a square foot, depending on where you live. Now a little bit about bamboo. Now bamboo flooring has become really popular because bamboo grows crazy. I know because I had some bamboo that grew across the street from where I lived in Maine. When bamboo first came out, it was pretty like 1 or 2 kinds of options, but now the options with bamboo are just tremendous. A lot of times you wouldn't even know that it's bamboo. It really looks just like any other kind of hardwood surface, and so it's really a good option. Bamboo does tend to scratch a bit easier than other options, so you may want to keep that into consideration, but it is generally considered an environmentally friendly choice. So if you like that idea, that is definitely something to consider. Most bamboo flooring is sold pre-finished, and so you can get that for between $3.50 and $6 a square feet, so it's a little bit more affordable, and you will look at about $2 to $3.50 a square foot to install. So it is an economical kind of wood choice. So laminate wood flooring is a manufactured wood flooring. There is no wood. It is a printed on image that looks like wood. Now this has really improved over the years. They are really convincing. They can really look like the real authentic wood product. You can even get laminate that looks like ceramic tile. It's really come a long way. The options are really tremendous and the quality has really improved over the years. Now this is a good choice for starter homes, mid-level homes. I wouldn't recommend doing a laminate in a high-end home. It just wouldn't be an appropriate choice, but one of the best advantages of is it's affordable. It's an easy DIY project. You could do this yourself totally. So the cost for a laminate wood floor, it will run you between $2 and $5 for the product, and installation will cost you another about $2.50 to $4 a square foot to install. So this is a really good option for those people who want the look of wood but have a limited budget. Okay, so what is this luxury vinyl tile that you're starting to hear more and more about? Vinyl is not your grandma's vinyl anymore. They have really upped the ante. They have some really awesome options at Floor & Decor. They have this new line called Nucor, and it's completely waterproof. Waterproof, that's not something you can get a lot. It doesn't need to acclimate to any climates, and it can get wet. It can get real wet, and it won't mold. It won't warp, it won't do anything. So that is a really cool new product. Looks like wood, completely waterproof and affordable to boot. And it's an easy DIY option. So I was really excited to learn about this new line of Nucor. That'll run you between, I would say, about $1 to $3 a square foot. And then if you DIY it, then the installation's for free. And it is a pretty easy product to DIY. But if you had it installed, expect to pay another $2 to $3 a square foot to have it installed. But it's very affordable, very durable, which is awesome, and looks like wood. Ceramic tile is a really popular choice, especially here in Florida. It is a printed on image on a tile. It's affordable because it's not solid all the way through. You can get it in small 4x4 pieces all the way up to, I mean, Floor & Decor had some pieces that were like 48 by 48 inches. It was crazy. They had these huge tiles that I've never seen tiles so big in my life. You can get it in all kinds of different varying sizes and shapes. There's a lot of ways you can lay it. A lot of people are getting really creative in the way that they lay the tile floors. It's really good, flexible option. This is really good if you have a lot of water and humidity. It's good in hot environments because it kind of keeps the temperature down. It can handle moisture. So that's why you see it a lot in warmer climate areas like Florida. Tile can go in kitchens, bathrooms, mudrooms, you name it, it can probably go there. Tile is a really good option for people with allergies. It's also really good for people with pets because it's easy to maintain. Tile gets really cold in the winter. So if you live in a cold climate like Maine, tile gets really cold. So you may want to keep that in mind if you live in some colder weather states. If you're going to do tile, then you may want to consider doing some like radiant heating in the floor. Ceramic tile is really affordable. I mean, I've seen tiles for as little as $1 up to $4 or $5 a square foot, and then installation will run you about $5 to $8 a square foot as well, because you've got to do the cuts. It's a little bit more labor intensive to install, so you're going to have a little bit of installation cost on that. Porcelain tile has a lot of the same pros and cons as ceramic tile. The benefits of porcelain tile is that it's a little bit more dense and thick, and porcelain tile is the same color from like all the way through, so it's not an image printed on. So if it chips or something like that, you will still kind of see the same color all the way through. Porcelain tile is really good if you want to do outdoor tiling because it's just a little bit more durable and sturdy than the ceramic. Porcelain tile is more durable than ceramic tile, and so therefore it's going to run you a little bit more money as well. So porcelain tile actually will probably run you more than a regular hardwood floor. You can spend anywhere from 15 cents to $15 depending on the size of the tile on porcelain tile. And then as far as installation, you're going to be looking at $4 to $8 a square foot to install. A little quick tip that I would recommend with all of your flooring is to have extra on hand just in case you decide to do some renovations like me. I recently ripped out some tile floor, and the reason I could do that is because I've got extra out in the garage. So now that you know a little bit about most of the popular hard flooring out there, you've gathered all of this information, you know what kind of neighborhood you live in, you know what climate you live in, you know what you like because you've consulted Pinterest and design catalogs like Floor & Decor, and you're armed with a ton of information. Make a decision. And this is oftentimes where I think people get paralyzed with fear. And I don't want you to do that because there's no need for it, because Floor & Decor has made it so easy. And the next step is get samples. And Floor & Decor's sample program is awesome. I've actually gone through this before I ever started working with Floor & Decor. It's one of the things that I really liked about them and why I reached out to Floor & Decor in the first place is because I really loved their sample program. For example, when I needed to buy tile for my backsplash, I just went online and I picked out a couple that I liked and I ordered samples. So when you order samples, here's some that they sent me. They are beautiful options. These are looks that they featured in their design inspiration catalog this year. Now this is that new core that I told you about. It has the cork underlayment. It's awesome. So you can see that these are really good quality samples that they are sending that you can really get a good idea off of. Order these samples. They're very affordable. I think that they're $3 per sample. You need to get a few samples in a few different colors. Put them in your room, live with them, see how they look at different times of day and under different types of light, and you'll find that one really starts to stand out. And then you will start to feel really confident in your purchase decision. Samples are awesome. I love the sample program. I recommend it with paint. I definitely would recommend it with flooring, especially since it's a much bigger investment. Okay, so for my last and final tip, if you've gone through all of these steps and you still don't know what to do, then Floor & Decor still has you covered because they offer a free design service. This is huge if you are making such a big purchase decision. They have professional designers that can really walk you through, help you achieve the look that you are going after, and you can feel even more confident in your decision because you have the advice of somebody who does this all the time for a living and will help you achieve that goal, and they do that for free. If I missed something that you really want to know, leave it in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this episode, here's another one that I think you'll like as well. Don't forget to go and order that catalog, get your inspiration, order your samples, and to all of my DIY Niners, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon.